ladies and gentlemen, we're here in Mumbai. As you can see, offloading is complete. Now we're loading the airplane, and in my pre-flight procedure, it's time for me to do the pre-flight inspection, the walk around as it's called. So join me along as I describe the walk around on the 747-400. So generally we start off at the nose, and normally from here we check the pitot tubes, the ice detector, the angle of attack sensor, and in fact we're also looking at the skin around this area to make sure there are no rips or any dents, because that can disturb the airflow entering the ports. So and it will give incorrect readings. So generally here we're checking this. We come around to the nose gear, the general condition of the tires, checking to make sure all the bolts are in place. Believe it or not, it has been before, they come loose, not in our company, but in a previous company I had seen that, and we're not allowed to depart with even one missing. So it's an AOG, quite important. So checking the general condition of tires, I can see these tires are actually in quite good condition. Lots of tread, no flat spots, no thread showing underneath, the mesh showing underneath. There's some quite good thread on there. These two babies here are the actuators for the nose wheel steering, and believe it or not, but this simple cable up here is the only thing that's coming down from the cockpit, from the tiller, and those cables and pulley, they are basically directly linked to the tiller that I use upstairs to taxi. So they need to be in good condition. And when we're looking at the strut here, we're looking to make sure that it's not fully compressed, and considering that they've already started loading the plane and the nose wheel is, the nose section is already loaded, this is quite a normal situation. No drips of oil or anything down there. So we're also checking the condition of the taxi lights, and the taxi lights being up there, and on our aircraft we have this optional extra, as they would call it, which are turn off lights. So these ones light up the sides and of the nose, and the ones above are the taxi lights facing forward. If you can manage to peek inside, it's a good idea to check the nose wheel bay to see any signs of obvious hydraulic leakage, or believe it or not, any stowaways. So coming up to the nose, we check the general condition of the radome. Behind this section here is the weather radar, and if there's any damage or any sort of delamination or paintwork being chipped on the nose, it can give erroneous or false readings to the weather radar. So this is a very important one, and it's a testament to the size of the jumbo that I have to come back all the way back here to check the next thing, and that is the condition of the wipers and the temperature probes up there up front. So generally speaking, our walk around starts way before we officially do it. Generally, we start the walk around actually from the crew bus approaching to the airplane, because from afar you can see a better general view of the airplane. Anything that's amiss, obviously you will see it from far. For example, a tire, you can't tell a tire is flat or is in bad or is in is low on air when you're standing up close next to it. You can tell easier when you're from afar, and you can compare it to the other wheels. So it looks pretty good to me. Coming on the right side of the plane, we're looking at the same ports again, and we can see the upper deck escape, men's escape door, and you see below this door is like a Christmas tree shape. The point there penetrates the emergency escape slide. When it's pushed overboard, it penetrates the slide and it activates it and it blows up the escape slide for us. We're lucky enough here to have the loading complete in the lower lobe section forward, and we're checking the general condition of the door here again. Static ports. This is here we have the equipment cooling exhaust out of here. Lavatory service access, doors all closed. Various sensors. And here is the pack inlet. We have 3 packs on the 747 on both variants, and this is the pack inlet for pack number 3. And coming along here, we're looking at the general condition of the body to wing root fairing is in good condition. No obvious signs of any bird strikes previously or on arrival to Mumbai. General condition of the leading edge flaps here. And then we come up to our beautiful Pratt & Whitney 4056 engine. Just a general overview of the blades. Make sure there aren't any obvious nicks or damage which has not been inspected by maintenance already. Looks pretty good to me. Another telltale sign of the condition of an engine would be to glance on the floor below and check to see there is no oil, excessive oil. It's quite normal for engines to let out oil, but it shouldn't be excessive, especially on a turnaround. So far we've been about 2 hours on the turnaround and we have about an hour to go. So just a few drops, that's actually pretty good. The thrust reverser door. After the engine, we're looking for the same. We're looking for any obvious damage. If the plane's been parked for some time, we're looking for any signs of any animals even. Birds can nest sometimes for planes that have been parked up for weeks. And fortunately, in Silkway, our planes are always flying. A walk around shouldn't really be taken lightly. I once found a huge wrench in the engine on a walk around when I was flying passenger 747, and God forbid if we had started an engine and nobody had seen that, it could have been quite catastrophic. Same thing with our engine number 4, general condition overview, and that looks pretty clean actually. That's a nice one. Look at that, there's hardly any oil dripping from this one. Another little detail about the 747-400 in particular, there's a red line here which is painted across the engine strut and the wing section which holds the engine. Now, if that red line is misaligned between the two, that could be a sign of early failure of a bolt which holds the engine. And some decades back, there was a problem on the 747 Classic. There had been a few accidents where the engine bolts were failed and the engine had detached from the wing and caused damage behind the plane. Unfortunately, there were hull losses. But that's a low-tech solution for a potential problem. Doesn't exist on the 747-8. Checking the position lights of the wing, both are working. static wicks. And again, this is a perfect vantage point to stop and check the condition of the horizontal stabilizer and the fin, to check, to make sure that there aren't any dents, or because up close you can't tell. And that's actually a hot spot for damage, because pod comes up from the wheels on takeoff and landing or taxiing, and it's a prone place for damage, so that's quite an important one. Coming up to the body of the airplane, we have the wing gear, we have the body gear on the 747. It's same general thing, checking to see the tires are in good condition. On the Boeing planes I've flown, they all have this brake wear pin indicator, and this is an indication of the quality of the brakes, if there's enough life left or not. And if this pin reaches the end here, then it means that maintenance should be informed, and it doesn't mean the brakes are unserviceable, it just means that there's X amount of cycles left before the brakes need to be replaced. Same wear pins are pretty good. Again, strut compression is pretty good. There's no oil leaking from there, so the seals are pretty good on that. So here we come to the body gear. The body gear is quite special on the 747-400 in the Dash 8 and the Classic for that matter, because it's a steering body gear. The whole gear steers to give better turning radius on the 747. And here are the hydraulic actuators that control the movement of the gear. Brake wear pins look good. On each main landing gear, we have this gauge, which is a shock strut inflation pressure gauge, and it should really be between 1 and 2. In general, when the plane is empty, it will be towards 1, and when it's heavy, it will be towards 2. That's pretty good. So, on the 747, we also have an APU fire emergency shut-off panel, which is just up here. It's on the right body gear valve. And in case of a fire, the APU should shut down automatically anyway. That's the auto feature, protection feature function on the 747. But if it doesn't for some reason, the siren will come from here, and any ground crew personnel that's trained on the 747 will know if they pull this handle, it will shut down the APU and remove all sources for the fire to extinguish. It's a huge wheel well bay. There's much more to it up front because the wing gear goes up into that. But in a second, I will let the camera come up here and show you. It's a huge area and perfect for any unwanted people who want to travel for free. Copy. The aft cargo door is it's already loaded. It's all closed. Looks pretty good. That's the bulk cargo door there. Radio altimeter antenna. And we come to the aft section of the aircraft, and we have two huge outflow valves. Again, there's a perfect nesting place for birds. I don't think a bird would would find it quite comfortable in there, but when the planes are parked on on extended time, they're supposed to be closed out to prevent such a thing happening. We're checking the general condition of the horizontal stabilizer, static wicks are all in place, and again this is a perfect vantage point to get an overview of the airplane from behind and see. You can see a bit of the top of the wing as well, the ailerons, the spoilers. Again, it's quite noisy here, but I will go to check the two white position lights on the tail to see if they're operational, which they are. Generally on this side of the aircraft we're doing the same thing, except there's a few additional items on this side which aren't on the other side. This piece here, which is of course the same on the right side of the airplane, is the inboard aileron. At high speeds in flight, the outboard ailerons on the close to the tip of the wing lock out because there would be too much stress on those outboard ailerons on the wing. So those are locked out at 238 knots, and then the inboard ailerons provide most of the aileron roll capability. So this here is the fuel jettison nozzle. There's also one on the right side. In case we need to jettison any fuel, then it comes out of here. On the left side of the aircraft we have two red position lights. On the right side we have two green. On this engine we can see two blades that have had nicks before, and they have obviously been taken care of and smoothened out, and it's probably a known and so therefore I can cross-check that with the documentation upstairs to see that that any sort of minor nick has been smoothened out by the maintenance, the power plant engineers. An interesting thing, you can see a lot of water on the surface of the wing, and that's caused by what we call a cold soaked wing. So what happens is the fuel in the wings over a long flight at high altitude becomes really cold. It can get down to minus 40 degrees, and when you descend down to warmer atmosphere, especially here in Mumbai, it's a lovely morning with 26, 27 degrees. The cold, very cold surface of the skin contacts with the warm atmospheric air down below, and it causes this water vapor to melt underneath the wing. The ice that forms, a little bit of ice and frost, and this is the melting we get from there. And here on this side of the airplane we have the two pack inlets, pack 1 and pack 2. So all in all, the exterior inspection has been complete, and part of my procedure, the next step when I go up, is to inspect the main deck, check the immense equipment on the main deck is all in order, and also if the loading is complete, I can go ahead and check the loading has been done according to procedures, and all the locks are secure and the cargo is all secure for the flight. And again, this is another vantage point to see the left wing, at least, in the condition of the wing. So entering through the L1 door, we come left here, and on this side of the fuselage wall, we have the immense equipment on board. The wand, fire extinguisher, crash axe, another fire extinguisher which is water fire extinguisher, halon, and what we call a PBE for PBE hood for in case of a fire. So I'm checking the general condition of the cargo. There's nothing loose. There's no dangerous goods which have been incorrectly loaded and packed. The locks are all up, securing the cargo down to the loading system. So we have a car on board which is considered a dangerous good, which is acceptable to carry. You can see already the sign, dangerous goods 9. It's probably because of the fuel in the remaining fuel in the tank. So welcome back to the flight deck. We hope you enjoyed the flight coming over here, and enjoyed the landing Ibrahim made, and watching the cargo loading going on to get an insight into how cargo planes are managed on turnarounds. And now we're back here ready to prepare for the flight back to Baku. Flight time 4 hours 39 minutes, and we will be climbing up to
level 360.
360. So the routing is actually identical to the routing we came down on, and we're just waiting for final documents and the doors to be closed, and then we will be off. So we're about to go into our procedures if you would like to join us.
Pre-flight checklist: oxygen
Tested 100%.
tested 100%. Flight instruments.
Flight instruments are set for now.
Parking brake
Is set.
fuel control switch.
Cut off.
Pre-flight checklist completed.
Okay, so we've already received our clearance.
Yes.
PDC 462 Alpha Zulu Golf 3320, clear to Baku off runway 09 via OMKIS 2 Bravo, Skakun
Yes.
transition, squawk 0307,
And next frequency 121.850, which is setup.
Yeah,
Cruise
yes.
level 280, report POB through security when ready. So I'm flying us back. If you could check the performance with me, please.
Yes.
So, Victor Papa, Bravo Charlie Romeo.
Yes.
No MLs, no CDLs. Bombay or Mumbai, I should say. Runway 09 intersections, all condition dry. Wind 1107.
Yes.
27 degrees.
Check.
QNH 1014. Rating optimum. Flap 20. 3 packs on. Anti-ice off.
Checked.
And the takeoff weight by ramp weight 309.4.
309.4.
Yeah, with extra fuel.
I put 3095. Let just a second. I will correct it. Ah, yeah. 309.4. Ready?
Happy? 747-400 Pratt Whitney 4056 engines.
Yes.
Takeoff flap 20. Engine out acceleration height 1,500 feet AGL.
Yes.
D rate takeoff 1.
Yes.
Select temperature 48.
Yes.
1.36 on the EPR.
Checked.
And V1142, VR151, V2160, VRF30160.
Checked. Same.
Special engine failure procedure at 4 miles from Bravo VOR, right turn to 180, intercept QDR 215, Sierra Charlie NDV.
Checked.
And the graphic, we have good margin. There's no stopway clearway. There's actually a cliff on the end, so we don't want to be going off the end.
Okay.
Happy?
Absolutely.
Briefing. Weather's fine, except it's much hotter than when we arrived. And for that reason, I'm going to start one engine at a time. It's officially below the limitation, but I just don't want to push the airplane. Aircraft status is the same as when we departed Baku. You briefed very well.
Check.
And noise abatement, they don't mind, but we will take an ADP 1.
Okay.
Just for the restrictions, altitude restrictions. No terms of checked, nothing to affect us. Charts. Taxi chart 10-9, 20th of August 2021. We're on Charlie 4, which is just up here. Sorry, Golf 4 even. Pushback,
Golf 4, yes.
yeah, pushback facing southwest. Probably exit via Papa, Echo, Papa, Echo 5 to cross runway 14.
Yes.
To November, all the way, full length, runway 09.
Check.
SID, we've already been cleared. 20-3 Delta RNAV SID, transition altitude 4,000 feet.
Transition altitude 4,000 checked.
And radar required, blah, 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 blah. Contact Mumbai approach after passing 800 feet. And we already have the frequency via clearance. So RNAV 1 GNSS.
Second. Yes, checked. Actual 001.
RNP checked. Okay, good. Runway 09. The MSA from Airport reference point is 3,800 feet. Worst case.
Set and fix.
Check. And the routing. Mike Bravo 397.
Yes.
Which is flyover waypoint. Above 1,000 feet.
Check.
Right turn Omkis, which is also flyover. And then right turn to Vevak below 90.
Check.
Mike Bravo 377 above 130. And Sakun.
Checked.
These SIDs require a minimum climb gradient of 400 nautical miles up to 2,800 feet.
Check.
Which with our V2 should be around 1,100 feet per minute. And I checked the 3-engine climb gradient is 9.65%. So we could even do it with 3 engines.
With 3 engines, okay.
There's quite some terrain to the east, so we shouldn't really overshoot.
Check.
Without a good reason. And autopilot flight director is LNAV VNAV departure, a little bit of manual flying, and miscellaneous, again, non-standard airplane, auto start on 3 and 4, 1 by 1, and 2 and 1, manual start 1 by 1.
Okay.
Igniter to 2 now.
Now it should be 2.
Yeah, checked, and nationality ice is manual on this airplane, although we won't need it for this departure. Any questions for the normal brief?
No questions.
The emergency brief standard Silkway West rejected takeoff briefing with a V1 of 142, what we conducted in Baku.
Yep.
At 142, I will continue the takeoff. No action below 400 feet, except raise the gear with a positive climb. We have a special engine failure procedure, so that is at 4 miles, Bravo, Bravo, Bravo.
Yes.
You put that one.
I put the next one, the Sierra Charlie, because
we have it the NDB anyway. So.
Yeah.
Sorry, the DME.
We have DME, yeah, but we don't have the Sierra Charlie. That's why I put it.
Okay, so 4 miles of BBB, which is on the left and right, is hard tuned to the right, which is a good idea. And 4 miles, turn right 180 to the south and intercept 215 outbound.
Right,
it's basically taking us away from the terrain. If for some reason we are overloaded, like I said, I've calculated the 3-engine climb gradient, we can even follow LNAV.
Very good.
So 400 feet, we confirm the malfunction, do memory items, what we need, and inform ATC. At 250 feet, autopilot is available with bank selector 15.
Okay.
I should say like this.
Yeah.
And then 400 feet, confirm the malfunction, carry out the memory items, climb away 1500 feet on the barrow, what we calculated here, we accelerate. We'll go to flaps 5, because the takeoff weight is quite close to the landing weight anyway, no icing conditions. When flaps are 5, we're established over the sea, check continuous thrust, bank selector back to auto, non-normal checklist, normal checklist. Mumbai is quite busy, we have a lot of fuel. We can check with the company and see where they want us. Unless it's very critical, I will come straight back.
Okay.
Any questions?
No questions.
Super. So we're waiting for the load sheet and then we will put the figures in and off we go.
Okay. Ground Silkway West 320, we're still looking for pushback clearance.
Alpha Golf, Alpha Zulu Golf 3320, runway 09, pushback and start approved.
Runway 09, pushback, start approved, Silkway West 3320.
Ground flight deck.
Requesting taxi instructions.
Go ahead, Captain.
Pushback start approved.
Bravo 3, Bravo 1, hold
Okay, Captain.
Bravo 3, Bravo 1, hotel, hold short, Mike 7.
Park brake release now.
Bravo 3, Bravo 1, hotel, hold short, Mike 7, Air India.
And when you are ready, the start sequence 4, 3, 2 and 1, 1 by 1.
Perfect, Captain.
Behind company, taxi, November 1, hold short, runway 14.
And company, November 1, hold short, Mike 4, confirm. Ground Star 994, standing by for push and start.
Sir 994, stand by, sir.
Ground iFly 1784, just confirming behind company, hold short of runway 14.
iFly 1784 FM, continue taxi.
Thank you, sir. 1784.
Apologies, 1784,
Ground flight deck.
1784, 121.9.
Go ahead for ground.
May we start now?
Just stand by for 2 minutes, Captain.
Okay, okay.
Vistara 846, taxi, Yankee 1, Yankee 3, link Charlie 3. Bravo 4, Victor 31 right.
Yankee 1, Yankee 3, link Charlie 3, Bravo 4, Victor 31 right. Vistara 846
FM.
Further taxi for India 09.
Air India 809, taxi Hotel Papa Echo 5, hold short runway 14.
Taxi Hotel Papa Echo 5, hold short runway 14, Air India 809.
Rotor flight deck.
Go ahead.
Request start the engine, Captain.
Roger, starting engine 4. Takeoff, please start
Takeoff.
engine 4, auto start.
Engine number 4.
Okay, there's no self-test in this.
Ground I fly 115, request taxi.
Starting engine 3.
I fly 115.
Starting engine 3. Go ahead.
Please set the parking position.
Vistara 846, report when joining link Charlie 3.
Park brake set.
For the taxi by the 809.
Air India 809, taxi or Papa Echo 5, hold short of runway 14. Further is 121.9.
Starting engine 2.
So hold at holding point runway Echo 5, Air India 809.
Start engine 2, manual start.
Engine number 2.
Vistara taxi joining Bravo by link Charlie 3. They have to taxi out by link 7, Bravo, correction, Yankee 4, Yankee
So
3,
N1 rise.
link 5. I fly 1
Pretty much
first
max
give it to
mode train,
Vistara to
fuel on.
park to stand Victor 31 right.
Fuel flow.
Just standing by, I fly 115.
And light up. Starting engine 1. Engine number 1 or manual start.
Number 1.
Two is stable. And fuel control switch to run. Fuel flow.
Ground Vistara 994, requesting traffic for runway 6.
And light up.
Vistara 846, second.
Vistara 994, sir. We're standing by for push, requesting our traffic.
Vistara 994, stand Victor 26 Lima, push against start approved, runway 09.
Track start approved, runway 09 of Vistara 994.
Vistara 846, confirm docking to stand Victor 31 right. Again. Affirm sir, affirm, good day. Good day. Taxi clearance for
Clear.
Okay, you may cancel.
I fly 115.
So 1, 2, 3, 6, and should be about 0.6 before taxi procedure.
Oh, okay.
One moving to link 4, I fly 115.
Check the associated ground. Flight deck. 4 good, engine starts. You're clear to disconnect. Hand signals right side, please.
Have a nice day.
Dhanyavad. Namaskar.
Silkway 3320, heavy request taxi.
Alpha Zulu Golf 3320, taxi via Papa Echo 5, full shot of runway 14.
Papa Echo 5, hold short runway 14, Silkway 3320, heavy.
Go straight ahead.
Yeah, just straight ahead. Just.
Okay, taxi light on.
Taxi light on.
Flaps 20.
Flaps moving 20. Right
Clear
side.
left. Thank you.
Right. Yeah, just straight ahead till runway 14.
Roger.
That's it.
3 minutes past.
Check.
5213, left on November 1, hold short of runway 14.
Left on November 1, hold short, runway 14, I fly 5213.
Alpha Zulu Golf 3320, contact 121.9.
1219, Silkway West, 3320 heavy. Thank you.
Emirates 505, stand by.
Tower, good morning, Silkway West, 3320 heavy on Echo 5.
Alpha Zulu Golf 3320 heavy, cross runway 14, Whiskey 4, November, hold short of Whiskey 7.
Cross runway 14, Whiskey 4, November, hold short Whiskey 7, Silkway West, 3320 heavy.
Okay.
Right side is clear.
Clear left, strobe on, please.
Strobe on.
Transpond on.
Silkwest 3320, confirm you require full length departure, sir?
Yeah, we need full lengths, Silkway West, 3320.
Copy. Air India 809, November 10, holding point, runway 09, monitor tower 118.1.
November 10, holding point, runway 09, and monitor 118.1. Good day.
Alpha 1784, monitor tower 181.
Monitor tower 118.
Whiskey 4, November to the right.
Roger.
695, monitor tower.
It's clear to the left.
695, good day.
Right side is clear.
And
5213.
Alpha 5213, cross runway 14.
lights off. Sorry, strobe off and transponder,
Cross
please.
runway 14, November, hold short Whiskey 6, I fly 5213.
Alpha 5213, revised instruction now. Right on runway 32, vacate Whiskey 7, stand Charlie 15.
Right on 32, Whiskey 7, Charlie 15.
And we'll for Whiskey 7 next, yeah?
Next one.
Alpha 5213, hold short of runway 14. Hold short of runway 14, there is some confusion.
We've already crossed the stop line, sir. I fly 5213.
No problem, ma'am, no problem. Stand by. Go ahead, 373.
Apologies, is facing.
The second one is Whiskey 7.
Out in the same position, or do you want us to face us?
Yeah, you can see on ground.
Yeah, I checked.
You have already started correcting it, confirmed?
So we have a chance now before takeoff checklist, please.
Go for
Before
the
takeoff, checklist laps.
20.
20 before takeoff checklist complete.
Thank you.
Mumbai ground, I fly 5312, Namaskar. Pay Charlie 13, requesting push and start.
I fly 5312, Charlie 13, Cockpit, stand by.
Standing by, I fly 5312.
Sign of those.
Ground Namaskar, I fly 115, holding short runway 14 November.
The first one
I
should
fly
be Lima 3.
115, cross runway 14, November, hold short Whiskey 7.
Roger.
Cross runway 14 November, hold short Whiskey 7, I fly 115.
Yeah, this is Lima 3.
This is for the taxi, I fly 5315. I fly 5315, hold short of Whiskey 6. Hold short Whiskey 6, I fly 5315. Jet 7181, ready for taxi.
Very strange actually.
Jet 7181, taxi Whiskey 6, right November 10, holding point runway 09. I fly 1784, wind 100 degree 06 knots, runway 09 cleared for takeoff.
Runway 09, clear for takeoff, I fly 1784.
At least we can give Air India passengers a nice view of a 747.
Yeah.
They better be taking pictures of the Queen. Park, brake set,
Check.
and lights off.
Air India 809er behind Airbus 320 on south panel, line up runway 09er via November 10 behind.
Behind landing traffic, line up runway 09er behind Air India, November 10, Air India 809.
I fly 6278, good morning.
I fly 6278 Mumbai Tower, continue approach runway 09er, wind 100 degree 08 knots.
Continue approach 09, I'm in Cockpit, I fly 6278.
Park brake released. Lights on, please.
Thanks,
Lights on.
Number 5. 7963 is the Baku via November 5.
So departure is 1279
Yes.
through 800 feet, right?
Yes, that's correct.
7963 after vacation right on November 1, contact ground 121.75.
Right on November 1, 121.75. It's 7963. Have a good day, sir. Yeah.
Good day. Air India 809er, wind 100 degree 07 knots, runway 09er cleared for takeoff.
Runway 09er clear for takeoff, Air India 809.
Aircraft on final.
Huh?
Aircraft on final.
Yeah.
Park brakes set. Taxi lights off.
Lights.
Could you just have a look at the
278, wind
gear, please, for the brake
100
temperature?
knots, runway 09er cleared to land.
It's okay.
That's okay.
6278.
Silk West 3320 Mumbai Tower, report Airbus 320 on south panel inside.
Aircraft inside Silkway West 3320, good morning.
Silkway 3320, good morning. Behind the landing traffic, line up behind well November.
Behind landing traffic, line up runway 09 by November, behind Silkway West 3320.
November identified. Traffic is passed. Line up items, please.
Good morning, Mr. 684.
I will take weather.
Terrain.
Airport Mumbai Tower, continue approach runway 09er, wind 110 degree 07 knots.
Continue approach runway 09, Mr. 684.
Down. So right side clear, approach pass clear.
Thank you.
I fly 6278, vacate via November 5.
Get by November 5, I fly 6278.
I fly 6278 after vacation right on
Still on the
November 1,
runway.
contact ground 121.75.
Right on November 125, can you go over there?
Silk West 3320, runway 09er, cleared for takeoff, wind 110 degree 07 knots.
Runway 09 clear for takeoff, Silkway West 3320, heavy, thank you, bye bye.
Ready?
Ready?
Checklists are complete.
Yes, checklist complete.
Okay, let's go. Setting takeoff thrust. Check.
Thrust set.
Checked.
V1. Rotate. Positive rate.
Gear up, please.
Gear up. Silka West 3320, heavy passing 1200, object 2 Bravo.
Alpha Zulu Golf 3320 heavy identified, continue climb 140.
Climb level 140, Silka West 3320.
Set level 140.
500, contact radar 1193.
140 set.
Checks.
Pass.
Setting takeoff thrust. Check.
Knots thrust set.
Checked.
V1. Rotate. Positive rate.
Gear up, please.
Gear up.
Setting takeoff thrust. Check.
Knots thrust set.
Checked.
V1. Rotate.
Setting takeoff thrust. Check.
Knots thrust set.
Checked.
V1. Rotate.
Alpha Zulu Golf 3323, turn right heading 210.
Right heading 210, Silka West to 3320.
Set heading 210 degrees.
So right heading 210.
Heading select.
It's selected.
Ready 130, contact radar 1193.
93 Air India 130.
Flaps time.
Flaps 1 10.
Flaps 5.
Flaps 1 5.
Dolphin 1 Mumbai.
Mumbai Dolphin 1.
Flaps 1.
Dolphin 1 Mumbai.
Flaps 2
Mumbai Dolphin 1.
Ready 804, contact radar 133.425.
Confirm for India 809.
Ready 809, 133.425.
133.425 India 809.
Dolphin 1, if you need a turn left heading 330.
Left heading 330, Dolphin 1.
Affirm, sir, vectoring, I will approach runway 09, Dolphin 1.
Flaps up.
I'll suppose runway 09, Dolphin 1.
Flaps more
Ready
again.
809, 133.425.
Transition altitude.
Altimeter set standard.
Standard set.
And I've taken checklist, please.
Yeah, so take checklist landing gear up and off, flaps up, take checklist complete.
Thank you very much.
Departure, namaskar, Pilot 7181. It's Pilot 7181, namaskar, identified, climb 140, cancel level restrictions. Climb 140, cancel level restrictions, Pilot 7181. It's Pilot 7181, turn left, direct to Jopal. Left, direct to Jopal, Pilot 7181.
Coverage base inversion now.
Alpha Zulu Golf S3320, expedite passing level 80.
Expedite, passing level 80, southwest visible.
Alpha Zulu Golf 3320, proceed direct to Bimode.
Direct Bimode, southwest 3320.
Set direct Bimode.
Bimode on top.
Execute.
Alpha Zulu Golf 3320, continue climb level 240.
Select LNAV.
Continue climb level 240, southwest 3320. So LF engage.
Check, set 240.
And level 240 set.
Right flight 6204, namaskar, descend level 100.
Descent flight level 100, 620.
See, it was 26 degrees total air temperature until 8,000 feet.
Yeah.
Now it's starting to reduce.
Yeah.
Right flight 6111, namaskar, continue descend 110.
And engage
Flight 611,
the left autopilot, please.
Proceed
Left,
direct to Uwe
left,
direct to
engage.
Come on.
Right flight 6204, continue descend level 90, expedite descend.
10,000.
Check.
Descent 90, expedite descent 6204.
Affirm.
Radar go at 373, very good morning, Scott 03, 11 left, 1600 on Christian Bravo.
So 373, good morning, identified, climb 990, cancel level 6.
Cancel, climb flight level 90, cancel level 6, go at 373.
Do you need fixes?
you
Where
can
373,
delete.
turn right, direct, Pomkis.
Correct, Cockpit, go at 373. Flight level 360 and 340 not available.
So confirm descent level 300 now, Silkway 3320.
Affirm, Alpha Zulu Golf 3320, descent flight level 300.
Descending level 300, Silkway 3320 heavy.
iFly 807, descent flight level 10.
Yes, 300.
Check.
160, iFly 807. iFly 807, affirm, descent flight level 160. Affirm, descending flight level 160, iFly 807.
Monitor VHF 13575 and say again the HF frequencies please, Silkway 3320.
8879, 6661.
So an HF 8879er and secondary 6661, Silkway 3320, thank you.
But we have CPDLC.
EPS 1 radar service terminated, continue with data link, contact Mumbai information.
So monitor 13575 and 88, I will just do cell call check, that's it.
So ladies and gentlemen, I'd like to give you a little update on our progress. We've made good progress so far. We're well into Iran, and we're just approaching the city of Tehran. It should be a nice view of Tehran today, another metropolis on our route. Regarding our route, so we pretty similar to when we came down. We took off to the west over the Indian Ocean and sort of followed the coast along towards Pakistan, entered Pakistan airspace. We cut across Pakistan and entered into Iran. We switched that off to make it easier to see. And we entered into Iran and heading northwest over Iran, and we're currently at this point Rovad, where we've switched over to Tehran North frequency, and here is Tehran, and I can show you here the two airports of Tehran, Tehran Imam Khomeini and Tehran Mehrabad. Tehran is a metropolis, beautiful. We should get a beautiful view of it today. Sort of a high altitude, and it's lining the high ground there along the way up. So in the winter time, you get snow on the peaks. It's very pretty. And then heading north into the Caspian again, over the Caspian, entering Azerbaijan airspace and starting descent for Baku. We expect to land on the southerly runway today, so we'll be sort of heading for a downwind left hand, and at some point we'll get a shortcut here, no doubt, for landing to Baku's runway 17. For those of you who are unfamiliar with the 747 or general Boeing cockpit layout, I'd like to give you a little tour of the 747 flight deck. So it's quite a classic flight deck, and there's a lot of redundancy on each system. If for some reason some system should fail, we've got a multitude backup of systems, and generally you could say, as a rule of thumb, there are four hydraulic lines, 4 electrical lines, and etc. We've got 3 packs, air conditioning packs. So there's a lot of redundancy on the 747. Starting up on the overhead panel, this plane is, like we've said in the briefings, slightly different to our standard configuration of 747s, but here we have electronic engine controls, EECs, switches where we can change from normal to alternate mode. The initial reference system setup is up here, and then we have the electrical panel here, standby power, utility buses, APU control selector. We can switch from APU to external power here via these buttons, and bus tie switches, generator control, drive disconnects. These drive disconnects are a one-time thing, so that's why they are guarded. If they are pushed, then the only way of getting this system back online is by a maintenance action. So a mechanic has to go down to the engine and actually do that, which obviously can only be done on ground. But in general, you see we have these four lines, and that's basically a system for each engine. 1, 2, 3, 4. Then we come over to the hydraulic control. Here it is the hydraulic status annunciators, pump status annunciators in, I mean, we have it on ICAS, synoptic, but these are basically telling us the same thing via a bulb in the classic Boeing fashion. Those of you who are familiar with the 737 will know that you know the status of the airplane through lights and bulbs. Hydraulic demand pump selectors here, engine pump selectors here, and then various lighting panels. Then we come over to the middle here. In general, we have the engine fire switches 1, 2, 3, 4, and if we should have an engine fire, we would pull this, which will isolate all the potential sources of fuelers of the fire, and we would pull this, and it would remove the hydraulic from the engine. It would remove the fuel, etc. And we can rotate them to the left or to the right and discharge a fire extinguishing bottle. Same here. This is for the APU. This is for the cargo fire switches, for the main deck, for the forward lower, aft lower, and this is the discharge or depressurization switch. Then we come up to the engine start panel here. For each engine we have a start panel. That's what we use to start the engine or initiate the start sequence, like this. Ignition selector for each engine. And fuel jettison panel is up here. The fueling panel up here, we have 4 main tanks, let's say, and main tank 2 and main tank 3 have override pumps, very, very powerful pumps in the fuel tanks there, and we start off usually if we have fuel in the center tank, we always start off with fuel feeding the engines from the center tank first. I'll explain a little bit why we feed fuel from the center tank first, or let's say why we want to use fuel from the center tank first after this demonstration presentation here. There's an anti-ice panel. On this aircraft it's manually selected. On the rest of our fleet it's an automatic function we have on there, which is a toggle switch. Then we have some additional ice protection items here. So these are for the wipers, left and right. Window heat washer, spring-loaded switches here. And some landing lights and taxi turn-off lights are selected over here. And then going over to the far side, we have the yaw damper control. We have the pressurization controllers here with the outflow valves selection, and we have an analog presentation of the outflow valves that you saw on the walk around. We also have that on the ICAS display, but which gives the same information. Then we're coming up to the ECS panel, the air conditioning panel. We have our temperature controllers here for the various zones in the plane. This is for the flight deck, and pack control selectors, 3 packs. They have various controllers on them, 2 controllers on each pack, and if we would have a problem with one of the controllers, we can follow the checklist and select between them. Engine bleed switches and the left and right isolation switches for the duct. Again, some more lights here, and then sort of coming over down here towards the center, we have 2 EFIS control selectors here. So this is where we select, where each respective pilot selects what he would like to display on the navigation display. Then we have the MCP, the mode control panel. This is basically where we control the autopilot. There are 3 main components here of autopilot control. So we have the IS Mark selector, which is basically for the auto throttle. If I take over manual control of the speed, I can push this button and we should really be in Mach at altitude and select any speed I want, and the auto throttle will react accordingly. We have the lateral control section here, so LNAV is taking lateral navigation information from the FMS CDU. I could select a heading here through this knob here, vertical speed and altitude selectors here, and the 3 autopilots that steer the 747 can be selected from here. Then we have the display select panel, and we use this to select what we want to see on the synoptic pages of the lower ICAS display. Through the pages we have the engine page, which you're familiar with now from the start sequence. We have the status page with some with the flight controls on the 747-400. We have the flight controls on this page, various status messages and status of the APU. Electric page, basically it's replicating what you saw on the overhead panel. You have the 4 engines, the 4 systems on each engine, and this is the drive from the engine. This is the generator control, which we can switch off. There's a bus on each, electrical bus on each system. Its respective utility buses are powered from there. Then we have the bus tie control, and this is the service breaker, which basically connects up all of the systems to sort of share power amongst the whole airplane. So we could always split that with a split service breaker, and then the left side of the electrical systems will be split from the right side, and there are specific scenarios where we would want that. So if, for example, a bus tie should, a generator control on engine number 1 should trip or should be some failure, you could see here that power could be supplied from any other system to its bus and its utility bus, and that way we can keep the systems on electrical system number 1 powered also. So you see there's a lot of redundancy here. Fuel page, 4 main tanks, main tank 1, 2, 3 and 4, 4 engines. We're in a condition now what we call the fuel tank to engine situation, so each main tank is feeding its own engine, and and main tank 2 and 3 have their respective reserve tanks also, which feed into them. Here is the center tank, and at the moment it's empty, but from Baku we had fuel in there, and when we have 7,700 kilos or more on the ground in the center tank, then we select the fuel system to feed from the center tank first. Basically, it's quite an interesting concept. Just to explain to the viewers, if you imagine the airplane, and forgive me here because art was never my strong suit in school. If you imagine this is the airplane with us sitting here, and this is the wings. So you have the center tank and you have the fuel tanks. What we want to do is, if there's, you can imagine there's the weight of all the cargo, all the passengers, and then there's the weight of the fuel in the center tank and in the wing tanks. And so the objective is to lessen the weight in the center of the whole airplane to reduce the stress on the structure here. So the more weight that's in the center, the more the stress on the wings, and over time that could cause structural damage to the plane. So Boeing and aircraft manufacturers, they always usually try to use up the fuel in the center of the airplane and reduce the stress on the wings. So we burn this one first, and then we start burning from the wings, reducing the weight in the center of the plane first. So this is the reason why we use fuel from the center tank first. Coming back to our synoptic page, we have the environmental control systems page. We have the upper deck here with the temperature selectors, and the main deck here, forward and aft. It's split into two, so we can control the temperature on either side. In fact, to Delhi we had, to Mumbai we had some temperature-sensitive cargo. We had pharmaceuticals, which we often carry, and for that we needed a temperature of 5 degrees in the aft section, which we achieved all the way. And then the lower lobe, forward cargo compartment and aft cargo compartment. On the passenger 747, this main deck would be further divided into zones. I think it's A to E, zone A to E. And then we have the 3 packs, and 4 engines again, and they bleed, engine bleed controls valves here, and you can see that the flow of air from each engine is going onto the duct. We have a duct pressure on the left side of 23-24 psi, on the right of 25, and those from that duct the air is being pooled into the 3 packs. Airflow valve status up here, like I showed you on the overhead panel. There's also an analog depiction of that there. So moving on, then we have the hydraulic page, the 4 systems again. Each system has an engine-driven pump and a demand pump. The demand pump is not always operating. It does basically what it says on the tin. It turns on and off according to the demand. So for example, when we are selecting flaps or gear and there's a high demand on each system, then the demand pump will supplement the engine-driven pump to provide hydraulic pressure. On system number 4, we have an auxiliary pump, which you probably saw in our pre-flight, before start procedures. We select on, and that's mainly for ground operations, to provide us braking for the pushback. At the moment, for example, system number 1 is at 44 degrees temperature, and the pressure is approximately 3000 psi, and the oil quantity is a function of out of 1 is the max, and we have 0.9 hydraulic quantity, so it's sort of factorized there. Then we go over to the door page. We have various doors on the 747, a lot more on the passenger plane, but here we can monitor the status of the doors for ground operation. And then we have the gear page. So nose wheel up here, and the status of the door. This is the wing gear left side with the 4 wheels. The 0 here is actually the brake temperature, which is a function of 0 till 7, 7 being the hottest. And these 3-digit numbers you see are actually the tire pressures, which is a customer option for the plane. Then we have the body gear here, same stuff. We have 16 main wheel tires, 2 nose wheel, so 18 tires in total on the 747. And then standard setup really for the pedestal. We have the 2 FMC CDUs. We have the quadrant area here with the speed brake lever, the 4 engine thrust levers, 4 fuel control switches, and the flap selector. And then coming down here we have the 3 radio tuning panels, 3 audio select panels, 1 for each pilot. Maybe this one is for the observer here. Seatbelt selectors are down here on the 747. The weather radar panel on this airplane is quite a good one. It's quite advanced. It's exactly the same as the one we have on the dash 8, and it's adjusting the tilt automatically. Then we have the center CDU, and generally we use the center CDU for company related items like messaging or data link or requesting clearances on the ground or oceanic, or requesting weather, this kind of thing. Here's the rudder trim, aileron trim, which we don't touch with the autopilot engaged, and the rudder trim from here. The transponder is here, and the auto brake selector is over here. This is what we use to control the nose wheel steering on the ground. And a good old traditional pilot's yoke. We have a PFD and an ND, which is quite familiar to people who know Boeing. The integrated standby flight display, ISFD. The ISFD is very good. Instead of these three old sort of steam gauges that you probably saw with the altimeter, artificial horizon, and the airspeed indicator, this is all in one here. Not only that, but we even can display an ILS, course deviation indicator. So in case for some reason we should lose all our displays and all our instruments, the ISFD will help us bring the plane back to the ground. And then the upper ICAS display is always slaved to show the engine instruments. So we have engine pressure ratio up here, the N1, and exhaust gas temperatures here. On our aircraft we have the gross weight displayed. So at the moment we're 269 tons and the fuel remaining is 21.6. The fuel temperature is -15 at the moment. And I think that's about it. That's a very brief overview on the 747-400 systems.
Ground control, assalamu alaikum. Silkway 3320 heavy, level 360.
So, ready for briefing?
Yes.
So descent procedure is complete.
Completed.
And the briefing, the weather is fine. There is a bit of a wind, but it's pretty close to the runway direction.
Yeah.
And 10 kilometers or more visibility, temperature is 14, 2.09, QNH 1024. I've checked the performance, and auto brakes 2 is enough for
Okay.
So aircraft status, we know the one item we have, it's not affecting us for arrival. And no times are checked, nothing to affect. Noise abatement, actually it's daytime, we can use reverse as we need. The terminal charts, we start off with 10-2 Echo, 10th of September 21. Transition level, flight level 110. And RNAV 1 arrival.
Check. Checked.
Checked. And
yes,
yeah, RNP checked, we'll change a bit later on. And MSA from Baku VOR 2,600 feet is the worst case, but basically for our entire arrival 1,700.
Checked.
So routing,
okay.
Mosum between flight level 140, 160.
Check.
Bravo Bravo 104 above 110.
Check.
Bravo Bravo 515.
Check.
Bravo Bravo 513.
Check.
And then note 1, we expect vectors direct to bullet, which is pretty much what they give us, bullet 2000 above.
Okay, check.
That leads us to the approach chart, 11-2, 10th of September 2021. Okay. Localizer frequency for the ILS runway 17110.5. Final approach course 173.
Checked, automatically
checked. Bravo Bravo 700 at 2000 feet is mandatory, that's where we start the descent from.
Check.
3-degree glide path.
Yes.
High intensity approach lighting system, although it's daytime, and PAPIs on both sides.
Good.
The minima for Cat 1D aircraft, 217.
Set.
Set. And yeah, again, bullet to Bravo Bravo 700, 6.3 miles, 3-degree glide slope, down to minima, 217.
Check.
MSA is the same as discussed on the ground then. 10-9, 10th of September 21 also. We will be rolling to the end with auto brakes 2, vacating to the right via Alpha. Hotel Bravo 1 to our cargo stance.
Check.
Ibrahim, in case of a go-round, I will announce go-round. I'll advance the thrust levers, press the toggle switches, call go-round flaps 20, positive rate gear up, 400 feet we can select LNAV. The routing is climb on 173 to 2000 feet.
Check.
4.5 miles from Baku. Left turn to proceed. Bravo Bravo 104, climbing to 4000 and hold.
Check.
So above 1000 feet we can select VNAV. If you could select speed 230 knots to the go-round, please. Execute.
Done.
Arrival fuel 15.5 tons, and we needed 11 for
almost 11, yeah.
Gabala, which basically is one go-around and maybe 5 minutes. But anyway, we have 2 runways, auto land available.
Yeah.
We can cancel alternate if we need.
Check.
For autopilot flight director use, LNAV, VNAV as much as possible. Approach mode for the ILS manual landing. And miscellaneous, yeah, same thing again. You should call me plus or approaching minimum.
Okay.
This aircraft doesn't call it.
Check.
And yeah, that's it. Anything to add? Any questions?
No questions.
Thank you very much. In this case, descent checklist, please.
Descent checklist. So recall. No land 3, auto start off.
Checked, all associated.
Auto brake 2. Landing data for F minimums.
VF for flaps 30, 147, bar minimums 2177.
Flaps 30, 147, bar 217, and approach briefing.
Complete if you're happy.
I'm happy. Descent checklist complete.
So. Request descent.
Okay. Baku control, Silkway West 3320, heavy request descent. Descending level 140, Silkway West 3320.
140 pre-select.
Checked.
And actually I will start slow descent.
Okay. Check.
So, top of descent.
Yes.
Bucak 340. Kabel 340 Bucak.
Drag required.
Check.
Sequence 2320, are you ready to bullet?
Of course.
We're ready, Silka West 3320.
Sequence 3320, descend 2,000 feet, direct bullet and 4 Alice approach 17 report established.
Descend 2000, clear proceed to Bullet, clear LS run 17, call established, Silka West 3320.
Bullet,
confirm.
execute. 2000 set.
Checked. And LNAV available.
Checked. I'm just gonna go BS.
Okay.
And you see the turn radius based on the speed.
Yeah.
So could you reselect Bullet, please?
Reselect.
Yeah.
Confirm.
Execute. That's a bit better.
Yeah, now it's smaller.
LNAV.
Check.
Flaps 1, please.
Flaps moving 1.
Flaps 5.
Flaps moving 5.
Still went through slightly, yeah. And fly level change.
Check.
So intercepting from the right.
Check.
India Bravo uniform identified.
Check.
And approach armed.
Lock captured already checked. No land 3. Am I clear?
Checked. Yep.
Alpha 131, report when ready for go around.
Now.
Missed approach now, and the climb is 2,000 feet on the right, heading 250.
Negative, Alpha 0131 on runway heading, climb and maintain 1,000 feet. I will call you for heading.
Roger, Alpha 0121.
Flaps 10.
Flaps moving 10.
Alpha 131, continue climb 2,000.
Roger, continue climb 2,000 feet, Alpha 131.
Initial missed approach is set.
Check.
Alpha 131, right heading 260.
Right heading 260, Alpha 131.
Silkway 3320 established ILS 17.
Silkway 3320, tower 192, Salon.
192 Silkway 3320 Salon. Baku Tower, Salam Alaikum, Silkway 3320 heavy established ILS runway 17.
Silkway 3320, continue approach, runway 17, distance 6 miles.
Continue approach, request 3320.
Okay, 7105, cleared for takeoff, runway 17.
Glide stop checkpoint on profile.
Sorry?
Glide stop checkpoint on profile.
Check.
Gear down, flaps 20.
Gear down. Flaps moving 20.
So aircraft departing, so.
Yeah.
Flaps 30, landing checklist.
Flaps moving 30. Just a moment. So landing checklist, speed brake.
Armed.
Landing gear.
Down.
Down, flaps.
Dirty.
30, landing checklist complete.
Thank you very much. Aircraft is becoming airborne.
Yes.
And manual flight checked.
20, clear to land tower 17, wind 180 degrees, 14 knots, guard to 2 knots.
Runway 17 clear to land, Silkway 3320 heavy.
Checked.
Plus 100.
Checked.
Minimums.
Landing.
100. 50, 40, 30, 20, 10.
Speed brake up. Reverse green.
ground 12147.
117 Southwest 3320 South. Baku ground, Salam Alaikum, Southwest 3320, locating runway by Bravo.
Checked.
Plus 100.
Checked.
Minimums.
Landing.
100. 50, 40, 30, 20, 10.
Speed brake up. Reverse green.
Brake.
Checked. 70 knots.
Checked.
Silkway 3320, vacate runway by Bravo.
Bravo.
Vacate via Bravo, Southwest 3320. 500.
Checked.
Plus 100.
Checked.
Minimums.
Landing.
100. 50, 40, 30, 20, 10.
Speed brake up. Reverse green. Checked. 70 knots.
Checked.
Silkway 3320, vacate runway by Bravo.
Bravo.
Vacate via Bravo, Southwest 3320. 500.
Checked.
Plus 100.
Checked.
Minimums.
Landing.
100. 50, 40, 30, 20, 10.
Speed brake up. Reverse green. Vacate via Bravo, Silkway West 3320.
Alaikum Salam, Silkway 3320 Baku ground text to stand Charlie 9er via Bravo, Bravo 1.
Bravo, Bravo 1, stand Charlie 9er, Silkway West 3320, Charles.
1, roger. After landing procedure, please.
Okay. Charlie 9er.
Charlie 5, huh?
Charlie 9.
Charlie 9, okay. See if there's ground power available, because we have to wait for cool down anyway.
Yeah.
No, there's no GPU.
I don't see it.
Okay, let's start the APU, please.
Okay, start the kick. Hands up?
Yes, please. Clear left.
The right side clear.
Okay, we have 30 seconds to go. Shutdown procedure, please.
Okay.
Ladies and gentlemen, thanks for joining us on this round trip, Baku, Mumbai, Baku. We're back in Baku, and we look forward to see you again very, very soon. Thanks to the crew, and thanks to you.